Greetings internet, it is a lovely day today, so let's go out and about for something different. Although, to be honest, if it had been raining I'd have probably still done the same things today. I've just been at the cinema, which you can see over there, which is about 2.5 miles outside of town, or 4 kilometres for those of you not into miles. And now I'm going to go for a nice walk down the Sheffield Tinsley Canal. Although, of course, those of you who have watched me do mini film reviews on my phone channel have seen me walk down here before. But I've never really featured it on this channel. I never really featured the canal itself. It's just been a backdrop while I've been talking at the camera. It is unfortunately extremely muddy today, more so than I expected it to be, which is making walking and vlogging fairly difficult. I haven't done this walk in a while because during the winter it's, a bit cold and damp and dark to be coming down here, and obviously it's still a bit on the soon side. I am going to end up having to clean my shoes when I get home. At some point a few months ago, someone obviously fished a bunch of junk out of the canal, but they never did anything with it, which seems a bit weird to me. There's even more of it here. So let's talk about the cinema briefly, shall we, since that's where I was. I wanted to go see Isle of Dogs, but then I remembered that you don't go and see an animated film about dogs during the Easter holidays when all the kids are off school. So I figured I should look for something 18 related so that, it would only be adults in there. But of course the cinema distributors also know that it's Easter weekend, so there aren't any 18 releases out this week. Although there were a couple of 15s. And based on my experience of being a 15-year-old, I surmise that most 15-year-olds wouldn't be up and about by 11:30 in the morning, so I figured that would be fine, and that was the correct choice. Especially because the film I went to see was A Quiet Place, which the whole premise is based on having to be quiet, otherwise the monsters will get you. And so the film itself is very quiet. So if you find yourself in a screening with any particular, with loud eaters or mumblers, you're going to hear every single part of it. But luckily, I managed to pick a showing that had a very, very quiet audience. The film itself was great, a fun concept, well executed, and not too long. I was in fact surprised at the way it ended, but it also, that kind of ending is definitely good. But I won't spoil it any further than that. If you're into interesting horror type films, then go and see it. I love how during this bit you kind of sunken away from the rest of this city down here, even though there's a tram line and a rail line on that side and a big main road on that side. It feels like you're a bit isolated, which is nice. It's just so lovely and peaceful, even though we're basically walking through the middle of Sheffield's major industrial zone. I also love the mix of nature and old industrial around here. There's lots of really cool buildings that backed right up to the canal, and I love the idea that the emergency exit from your workshop could be a bridge across the canal. This place always catches my eye because I always wonder why you would knock a building down but then leave just one little bit with the windows intact. I guess that maybe that bit's older than all the rest and it was saved for some kind of heritage reasons, but who knows. But also, you know, as I mentioned before on videos, I think one of my random unrealistic dreams is to one day build a house of my own from scratch, or, you know, hire people to do it. I wouldn't be doing the bricklaying myself. But yeah, whenever I see an empty patch of land like that, I always think, I wonder what I would build on there. And, you know, backing onto the canal would be lovely in theory. Although, as I said, we're kind of in the middle of industrial zone. It's probably not actually the best place to live, and I expect the water of the canal would also cause drainage issues. There's got to be some reason why that plot's left unused, for example. There's probably not much people can build on it. That's a less than pleasant smell though. For anyone interested, a scene from the Full Monty was shot about here.
I do normal things sometimes.
What's up with you? This is normal, isn't it, Dave?
Oh, aye, everyday stuff, this. You know, I think this bugger's sinking.
And some of these bridges are just way too low. Be careful not to burst out of the door too quickly. Roofing solutions, but not very good at steps apparently. Getting much closer to town now. And then one thing I find interesting is that even though there's plenty of boats around moored, I've never actually seen one of them sailing anywhere. You come across a bunch of walkers and runners and cyclists, but I've never seen a boat on the water in all the times I've walked down here. And I wonder whether they do. I mean, in theory, this one offers like tours and stuff, but I've never seen it move. So I wonder how they make any money and it's still a business. But who knows. And that's about it for the Sheffield Tinsley Canal. I hope you had a nice time on that walk, as I did. It's still another like 2 miles to my house, up a massive hill, and that is beyond the amount of exercise I need today, so I'm going to get on a bus. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.